Thank you all for coming this evening, and particular thanks to all our sponsors who have so graciously supported this event. I would also like to thank the CFA Society of Virginia Board for all their hard work this past year. Would each board member please stand up when I read your name? Our VP of Programming, Ashby Price. Our Treasurer, John Ellison. Our Secretary, Ted Booth. Our Forecast Dinner Chair, Chip Huey, who you can thank for this delicious meal. And to our other board members, Corey Bunting, Matthew Cullen, Brent Morse, Gene McEwen, Jeff Omohundro, and Tyler Pugh. I'd also like to recognize our Chief of Staff, Ellen Borges. Ellen does a great job behind the scenes and help us all look good. Thank you all. I'd like to continue the evening's program by welcoming our new charter holders to the CFA family. We know studying and passing the CFA was a challenge during the past 2 years, and you deserve a special commendation for carrying on so successfully during the uncertainty. I'd also like to thank your families and loved ones for supporting you during these isolating years. Not only has your CFA journey been peculiar, you're also facing a challenging work environment where networking opportunities have shifted. As you continue your career journey, I hope you stay involved with our society. The society's social and learning events, such as this one, can be a great way to build your network after a long period of relative isolation. And with that, I will now introduce our new charter holders. Chip will present you with your certificate. Please come up as I read your names. Christian Bear. Caitlin Collins. Mohammed Habib. Christopher Harper. Taylor Jarrett. Evan Langford. Chris Lau. Alex Link. Diego Marti. John Mickelink. Nick shed. Colin Suvak. Michael Swink. Kyle Tipping. Sam Wilson. And Prescott Woolley. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our new CFA charter holders. Thank you. In addition to celebrating our new charter holders, we're also celebrating the milestone anniversary of our existing members who are celebrating their 30-year anniversary, their 20-year anniversary, and their 10-year anniversaries. Please give a round of applause to these longtime members. When you're old like me, you get to see many changes in the industry during your career. The last several years have been exceptionally challenging, not just from COVID, but also from new technologies that could change the landscape of how finance is conducted. I know I personally have been challenged by the rapid changes. In my own house, my understanding of the future of finance was tested by my own teenage son. Several years ago, he took his Christmas money and bought his first digital asset. If you don't have a teenage son at home, you probably don't know what CSGO is. It's one of the more popular, all-too-violent first-person shooter games. In this game, you can win and purchase weapons that give you special advantages. This is a picture of the CSGO marketplace, and yes, those are actual prices of video game knives. $1,293 for the top one. A couple of years ago, our son bought one of these virtual butterfly knives for about $75 with his Christmas money. To say that I was a little bit upset was an understatement. I completely lost it. I was sure he had just wasted his money on something incredibly stupid. I eventually got over it and forgot about the episode until a year later when my son informed me he wanted to open his own Robinhood account. I asked him how he would fund his account, and he said he sold his CSGO knife for $400. That's the price chart of a virtual butterfly knife that he bought and sold. Before I even knew what a non-fungible token was, he had already made 5 times his money on a digital asset. So I opened his Robinhood account for him, and this time, instead of getting angry, I just watched. As you might have guessed, he promptly bought some cryptocurrency. His first purchase was for $400 of Dogecoin at 11 cents. You can see the little blue box there on the chart. In 2 days, he had made a return of 25%. Sure. After 1 week, he had made a 250% return. This was my introduction to the world of decentralized finance. My son outperformed me in a week by 2,000 basis points. Of course, this gave me a great chance to explain to him what I did for a living. I told him what a great year for us mortal money managers would be up 20%, and that his gains are unlikely to be repeated. Surprisingly, he took that advice to heart. He sold his crypto and threw his winnings into Microsoft stock because he said that stock does nothing but go up. I agreed with that analysis, and that's where his money has been since his foray into investing began. I don't tell you this story to show what a brilliant investor my son is. He's not. His research involved reading Reddit Wall Street bets forums, and his foray into investing was more like downloading the latest video game, not a passion for finding high-quality investments. I tell this story to highlight my first reaction to my son's purchase of digital media. I was angry. I knew that he was wasting his money. I was judgmental. One of the only good things that come out of the pandemic were the great new TV shows, and my favorite had to be Ted Lasso. Lasso is an American football coach who is hired to run an English soccer club. There's a great scene in the first season in which the show's villain, Rupert Mannion, challenges Lasso to a game of darts. After Lasso makes a few poor throws, Mannion bets him the right to pick the player lineup card for the upcoming match. Mannion appears to be on the verge of winning, but just before he throws the darts, Lasso turns to Mannion and says this: I'm not sure if you can hear the audio. The thought is that Ted Lasso has always been underestimated, and his favorite new quote is by Walt Whitman, which is, "Be curious, not judgmental." And if Mannion had been curious, he would have known that Lasso was an expert dart thrower and would have promptly beat him, which he did. In our profession, it's easy to become judgmental rather than curious. It's easy to say that NFTs and DeFis and crypto are all a bubble and will go away once the kids lose all their money. But it's entirely possible that cryptocurrencies and NFTs that are yet undiscovered will form the technology base of the new economy. As Chris Dixon from Andreessen Horowitz explains, the blockchain could essentially be the new internet. As professionals, I think it's our duty to understand these new technologies and to figure out how they will change our business, how they will change the companies we analyze, and how it could affect how clients invest. In other words, stay curious, not judgmental. Hopefully, CFA Society can be a part of that solution. We have been offering training courses in data analytics, as well as hosting speakers on cryptocurrencies and other trends in DeFi. And please stay tuned for more events that will keep you on the front lines of understanding. And if you have an interest in setting the agenda, please think about joining the Virginia Society Board. Thank you.